Good morning students. So last class we discussed 4 variable K-map for min term and max term. So this class we are going to discuss about Pin-McCluskey method, that is tabulation method. So K-map pros and cons. K-map is a system, requires the ability to identify and visualize and prime implicants in order to cover all minterms, but effectively only up to 5 to 6 input variable. Tabular method means compute all the prime implicants, find a minimum expression for Boolean functions. So no visualization and prime implicants can be programmed and implemented in a computer. So here the problem is given f of w comma x comma y comma z, which is equal to summation minterm 0, 3, 5, 6, 7, 10, 12, 13 plus summation don't care 2, 9, 15. So in step 1, so divide all the minterm and don't cares of your function into groups. First you have to make the table for minterms and next you have to make the table for don't care. So what are the minterm ID which will be given in the problem means, so 0, 3, 5, 6, 7, 10, 12, 13. So that will be make a one table. So for that we have to write the equivalent 8421 code. So W, X, Y, Z. Similarly for don't care also, in the problem which will be given 2, 9, 15 minterm ID. So further you have to make the write the 8421 code respectively. So W, X, Y, Z. So 2 for 0, 0, 1, 0, 9 means 1, 0, 0, 1 and the 15 means 4 ones. So these are the equivalent to word code respectively. So the equivalent binary number for the decimals respectively. In step 1, so divide all the minterms and don't care of a function into groups. So you have to make the groups. So number of ones, number of 1 ones, number of zeros first, number of 1 ones, number of 2 ones, number of 3 ones, number of 4 ones, you have to make the group. So number of 0 means we have 0 group, that is represented by G0. Number of 1 group means G1, it will be represented by G1. Again number of 2 ones means G2, G3, G4, 4 1 means G4. So these are the representation for groups variables G0, G1, G2, G3, G4 according to the types of ones and 0 respectively. So 0 means we have 4 0. So number of ones, only the minterm ID 2 only we have only 1 1. The remaining are 2 1. What are the 2 1 minterm ID means 3, 5, 6, 9, 10, 12. So these are the number of 2 ones minterm ID. G3 and G4. G3 means number of 3 ones. So 7, 13 only we have 3 1. So we have to make the group G3, 7 and 13. G4 will be a minterm ID 15, that is 4 1. That is represented by G4. So in that slide shows the merge minterm from adjacent groups of form to new implicant table, that is prime implicant table or new implicant table. So the first table shows the previous table. So that is number of ones and zeros According to the number of ones and zeros, we have to make the group G0, G1, G2, G3, G4 respectively. So that will be in first table. So the next table we have to compare the two groups, that is G0 and G1. So if the two bits are same means you have to make as it is. If this any difference in the bit means if either 0 1 or 1 0 means you have to make a difference. So it will be represented by D. First G0 means first you have to compare G0 and G1. So in third bit that is Y which is equal to 0 1. So in that case you have to put D. So next you have to compare G1 and G2 group. So that's all about G0, G1. So there is only one prime, min term ID. So that's all about G1. So that is represented by the comparison of groups can be represented by G0 dash. So again G1 dash, you have to compare G1 with G2. G1 we have a 2 min-term ID and G2 we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 min-term ID. You have to compare with each and every min-term ID and you have to make the difference. So in that case we have a similar data only 2, 3, 2, 6, 2, 10 only. So the remainings are invalid. Only valid data is 2, 3 min-term, 2, 6 min-term, 2, 10 min-term. 0, 0, 1 D, 0 D, 1, 0, D, 0, 1, 0. So G1 dash means the comparison of two ones can be represented by G1 dash. The next is G2 dash. In G2 dash, we have to compare G2 and G3. So G2 we have 7 min-term ID and G3 we have 2 min-term ID. So you compare each min-term ID with 7 and 13. And make it a group for G2 dash. So that is filled in G2 dash column. So what are the min-term ID means 3 7, 5 7, 6 7, 5 13, 9 13, 12 13. Next G3 dash means you have to compare G3 and G4. So in G3 we have 3 min-term ID, G4 only 1 min-term ID, that is 15. So you have to make it a group G3 dash. So what are the min-term ID means 7, 13 and 7, 15. So this slide shows step 3. So repeat step 2 until no more merging is possible. So the same second table will be shown in slide. So again you have to make the comparison, that is G0 dash and G1 dash. So that is G0 double dash or G1 double dash. It can be represented by G1 double dash, right? So until no more merging is possible, you have to compare the prime implicants, that is min-term ID. So in G1 double dash, so we have 2, 3, 6, 7. So this min-term ID only we have a similar data. Next is 2, 6, 3, 7. So that is also similar data. Next is G2 double dash. So G2 double dash we have 5, 7, 13, 15. Next is 5, 7, 13, 15. So hereafter there is no merging is possible. So you have to take the last table. G0 double dash, G1 double dash, G2 double dash. G0 double dash means 0, 2 minterm ID. G1 double dash means 2, 3, 6, 7. G1 double dash means 2, 0. G2 double dash means 5, 7, 13, 15, 9, 13, 12, 13. So here minterm IDs are 0 to 13. So the expression is W bar, X bar, Z bar and W bar Y, X bar, Y bar, Z bar and X is Z, W bar, X, Y bar, W, Y bar, Z. So the next is you have to make the group. The same table you have to make the group. Step 5. Step 6, add prime implicants to the minimum expression of F until all minterms F are covered. So already covered all minterms. So the function is f of w comma x comma y comma z is equal to summation 0, 3, 5, 6, 7, 10, 12, 13 plus don't care 2, 9, 15. So after simplification through Quinn-McCluskey method or tabulation method in a minimum expression for function of w comma x comma y comma z is function of w comma x comma y comma z which is equal to, so w bar x bar z plus w y plus x bar y z plus x z plus w x y bar. So that's all about Quinn-McCluskey method or tabulation method. Thank you, students.